Hello students, in this video we will be studying about the formal solutions of central force motion, and also we will be dealing about the energy equations and the energy diagrams. Okay, now we know that the total energy of a central force particle E is equal to, it is found to be half mu r dot square plus U effective, which is the effective potential. So the formal solution of this equation, you know that r dot is nothing but dr by dt, the variation of r with time. So you can write the formal solution as dr by dt is equal to, on rearranging this equation you get it as equal to root of 2 by mu e minus u effective, or on separating the variables r and t on the two sides, we can write it as well as integral r0 to r. So the moment is from r0 to r dr by root of 2 by mu e minus u effective, that is equal to integral t minus integral dt, which is equal to t minus 0. So this equation gives the variation of r as a function of time. The variation of r with t is represented in this equation as the solution. Now we know that the angular momentum L is equal to mu r square theta dot, where theta dot is the variation of theta with time. So we have r as well as theta varying with time. So we have another equation d theta by dt. From this equation you get the variation of theta with time is equal to L by mu r square. So formally these two we can separate and integrate to find theta of t, variation of theta with t, that will be equal to theta minus theta 0, that is equal to L by mu integral t0 to t dt by r square, where r is a function of time. Okay, so we have found out two equations, or two variations. One is r varying with time, as well as second one is theta varying with time. But we are interested mostly in the variation of r with theta. Okay, which means r is a function of theta, which is known as the trajectory of the particle, or r theta, which is called the orbit of the particle. We are interested in that function. So we are moving into. So by chain rule, you can combine the above two equations, one d theta by dt and dr by dt, to find d theta by dr. So we want to find out the variation of r with theta. Okay, so you get it as L by mu r square root of mu by 2 e minus u effective. So the formal solution of this equation will be theta minus theta 0 is equal to L into integral r0 to r dr by r square into root of 2 mu e minus u effective. This equation is the formal solution of the central force problem. This equation gives the variation of r theta, which we call it as the trajectory or the orbit of the particle. Now we are moving on to the energy equation. We have studied these two equations. We can write the total energy, total mechanical energy of the particle in the center of mass system as E is equal to half mu v square plus u of r, or we can write it as E is equal to half mu r dot square plus u effective. We have splitted the radial and tangential terms in this equation and combined combined it as u effective. So we have two equations. We have to analyze these two equations, and we are moving on to the energy diagram. So our first equation, half mu v square plus u of r. This equation, on solving, you need v as well as the position, relative speed as well as the position of the particle is needed. Okay, but v square includes r dot square and theta dot square. So there is a dependence of r with time as well as theta with time. This is actually difficult to visualize. So we take upon this second equation, half mu r dot square plus u effective r. This equation contains only a single coordinate r. Here we have the variation of r with time. Here too we have the coordinate r alone. Okay, so in actually in this equation u effective, there is a effective potential term which is equal to half mu r square theta dot square, which is equal to L square by 2 mu r square. The theta dot variation is suppressed inside this. Okay, so we have studied these two equations, right? So we are moving on to this equation. We are taking up this equation to draw our energy diagram. So in order to find out the or in order to draw the energy diagram, we are taking a system of two non-interacting particles, M1 and M2. You can see here it is M1, here it is M2. They are moving with velocities v1 and v2. Then the reduced mass of the system is mu is equal to m1 m2 by m1 plus m2. Their paths are offset by a distance b as shown in the figure. Okay, now we will be developing an equivalent one body description of the system, and also we will be drawing the energy diagram. Our system having two particles m1 and m2 moving with v1 and v2 separated by a vector r, okay, and with reduced mass mu. So in our system we have a relative velocity v0. Relative velocity v0 is equal to v1 minus v2. Now what is v1? v1 is r1 dot and v2 is r2 dot, where r1 and r2 are the positions of m1 and m2 with respect to the origin. Okay, now r1 minus r1 dot minus r2 dot is nothing but r dot. Okay, now this v0 is constant because v1 and v2 are constants. So this way the variations are constant and v0 is a constant, right? Now the energy of the system relative to the center of mass. So the moment of center of mass is with velocity v0. So the energy, total energy with respect to the center of mass is equal to E is equal to half mu v0 square plus u of r. Since the particles are non-interacting, there is no potential energy, so you can take it as 0. So the total energy of the system is half mu v0 square. Okay, now in order to draw the energy diagram, we need to find out the effective potential. You know the equation, L square by 2 mu r square plus u of r. This is the centrifugal potential term and this is the true potential. So we take this value as 0. Okay, so our effective potential is L square by 2 mu r square. So our total energy equation becomes half mu r dot square plus L square by 2 mu r square. This is the total energy that will be equal to the total energy in the center of mass system. The total energy is conserved. Okay, so that is equal to half mu v0 square. Now in this equation, in this figure, since v1 and v2 are moving, we take up one situation in which v1 and v2 are passing each other at a distance of r is equal to b. Okay, so at that point r dot is nothing but 0. Okay, so our equation for energy, in that equation, since r dot is 0, we can write it as L square by 2 mu r square. R square is substituted as b square. It is equal to half mu v0 square. Okay, from this equation you can write L, the angular momentum L is equal to mu b v0, which is a constant, since L is a constant of all, for all times. Therefore our effective potential is this term. Okay, so we substitute for L as mu b v0. So U effective is equal to half mu v0 square b square by r square. So our energy diagram will be like this. So the total energy of the system is half mu v0 square, that is a straight line, and our effective potential, the variation of effective potential with r, this is energy and this is R, so it is inversely proportional to R square. All other terms are constants. So the effective potential U effective will be varying like this. So this is the graph of effective potential, and this straight line is the graph of total energy. So what will be the kinetic energy? Kinetic energy plus potential energy is the total energy. Therefore kinetic energy is equal to E minus U effective. So this difference E and this U, this difference will be our kinetic energy. Okay. So our kinetic energy K is equal to half mu R dot square will be equal to E minus U effective. So you can see that kinetic energy is varying with the potential energy. At R, at some so for faraway distances, energy, effective potential energy is minimum and the kinetic energy is maximum. So when the particles start moving towards each other, kinetic energy starts decreasing, and at this point kinetic energy becomes 0. Okay. So kinetic energy in this equation can never be negative. Okay. So this is the maximum point of kinetic energy where kinetic energy is 0. So our condition for kinetic energy is that E minus U effective is greater than or equal to 0. So initially when the two particles are at infinite distances and R is very large, U effective is approximately 0. Now the particles when approach each other, kinetic energy decreases and it becomes 0. It vanishes at this point. That point is called the turning point. This is the turning point RT. At this point radial velocity is 0. So that point contains, that point RT where the value of radial velocity R dot is 0. RT is equal to B. So since radial velocity is 0, the motion is purely tangential at the turning point. So at the turning point, the total energy will be equal to effective potential. There will be no kinetic energy. So E is equal to U effective R of RT, which gives, in the equation if we substitute that, you get it as half mu V0 square is equal to half mu V0 square B square by RT square. Okay, when on comparing these two equations, you can find that B square is nothing but RT square, or RT is nothing but B. So this RT is the distance of closest approach of the particles. It is the minimum value of R up to which the particles can approach each other. Once the turning point is passed, R increases and the particles separate. Okay, in our one-dimensional picture, the particle mu bounces off the barrier of the effective potential. Okay, thank you.